Thank you, Tina. Hello, everyone. My name is Marina Stergiou, and I'm going to present this work, which is about the existing practices in the field of interactive experiences related with the safeguarding of traditional costumes, and how can artificial intelligence enrich those practices. So in this article, we introduce the term costume cultural heritage. Sorry, my timer, yes. Costume cultural heritage to refer to traditional and folk costumes, which are considered as part of its country's cultural heritage. We also use the term safeguarding, which is an umbrella term established by UNESCO as and aims to include meanings such as preservation, promotion, appreciation, dissemination, etc. Oops, sorry. So yes, this is a review work that aims to the following outcomes. First, to present an overview of the current state of the art when it comes to digitization and interactive presentation of traditional costumes for the purposes of safeguarding. For this reason, we searched the literature for academic works and commercial apps that present interactive experiences with a special focus on extended reality, and we tried to group them in terms of their purpose. Secondly, we investigated how AI techniques have been applied for safeguarding costume cultural heritage, and we tried to categorize them again in terms of their purpose. To do so, we drew examples from applications of AI in cultural heritage in general and applications of AI in the fashion industry. Finally, the ultimate goal of this work is to highlight gaps or opportunities in existing digital workflows for costume cultural heritage that AI could contribute and enrich them. We should also say that we didn't mention all existing works in literature, but we tried to include representative ones from its established category, as you will see later on. So digitization, of course, is very important because it allows digital preservation of cultural heritage and safeguard it for future generations, and promoting it through interactive digital experiences, especially extended reality systems, offers new engaging opportunity for interacting with cultural artifacts. We should say here that digitization of costumes is something specifically difficult and important because costumes are considered to be part of tangible and intangible cultural heritage because they consist of materials, craftsmanship, storytelling, movement, and symbolisms. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. So, so here we'll present some themes that we came across when researching the literature for interactive and extended reality paradigms used for costumes. So first we have digital replicas across platforms. This means mostly digital twins that can be displayed online or through museum displays or other apps. They often offer limited interaction. However, I guess moving on. Sorry. Moving on, we have the immersive museum paradigm, which some projects offer navigation through garments inside virtual reality. Also offer limited interactivity in terms of movement, but we spotted one work that presents tactile interactions, meaning manipulating cloth inside virtual environments. Interaction with digital garments seems more intense with augmented reality. Users can wear digital garments through AR filters or motion tracking system. Movement is a very critical element here in understanding traditional costumes, especially those meant for dance. Unfortunately, cloth simulation, especially for online or extended reality platforms, is a difficult and heavy task that demands a lot of computational power. So we had found very limited projects that display cloth in motion, and it's mostly displayed in low fidelity models. So given the limited number of dedicated studies specifically exploring the intersection of costume cultural heritage and AI, and drawing inspiration from existing classifications in cultural heritage in general and fashion industry, we came up with these 4 categories in terms of the purpose that they serve. They might be sharing techniques or algorithms. The purpose of this paper is not to delve into specific technologies, rather than scan the areas of application. And these categories are generation, categorization slash like classification, restoration, and some other applications that we will discuss later. So generation or reconstruction is the creation of content like 3D models, 2D images, videos, etc. Here, AI can reduce significantly intensive work that is required normally in 3D modeling and photogrammetry. Most of the studies that we found apply to design cultural relevant design patterns, meaning 2D images used mainly for textures or materials. For example, we included a work that used various AI techniques in their pipeline to design patterns for traditional Chinese women's apparel, while other works use motion sensors, AI, and extended reality to digitally reimagine traditional embroidery. Fewer works, however, present 3D reconstructions. We include only one that presents a deep learning pipeline for converting a single image to 3D. We didn't include the references to keep it more light, but it's everything in the paper, of course. As already mentioned, industry is way ahead of academia. There are a few commercial labs that can go from text or other prompts to 3D models. So classification. Classification of traditional garments using metadata is essential for preserving cultural heritage. And in this case, many literature studies present AI algorithms that are trained to recognize heritage attire using a curated dataset. We found few works that present different techniques to classify large number of images in terms of their metadata, such as style, region, occasion, etc. While other works offer interfaces that users can upload images and after processing see themselves, images and receive a classification. In this paper, we present this work in greater detail in terms of the technologies. Now, restoration. Restoration refers to the act of virtually restoring traditional garments using AI techniques, primarily computer vision. A study that we included proposed a methodology for combining AI and 3D technology for digital restoration of a lady's costume depicted in a famous Tang Dynasty painting. Although their pipeline included various tools and methods, AI was used mainly for sharpen and enlarge the low-resolution painting images and assist with fabric patterns. Other works we included uses AI to repair historical costumes by painting missing or damaged patterns of Romanian vests. Other applications, yes, we collected also some other applications that don't fall into some of the aforementioned categories. So virtual try-ons, as we already discussed them, were originally developed for the the retail industry, and are now finding applications in heritage domain. One work we included demonstrates a system where users can upload images of themselves and after some processing, see them wearing these costumes. The researchers used multiple AI components in their pipeline to generate realistic draping and alignment and visual rendering of the images. However, the cloth remains static and it's not happening in real time. Of course, other commercial applications, again, employ AI techniques and allow users to virtually try on garments with more realistic results, yet mostly static, we should say. So now, motion-aware costumes. Now coming to motion, which is, of course, we try to stress this parameter as this is very important for costumes. There have been some researchers presenting various methods for achieving cloth dynamics or cloth-body interactions in 3D. Another work we include performs AI-driven analysis for visual, textual, and motion data to recreate immersive costume experiences, particularly in dance heritage context. And of course, once again, we have commercial labs that have the potential to generate light animations directly from prompts or images. Yes. So finally, some studies, as also mentioned the other days, present how can large language models, LLMs, act as virtual guides in immersive environments, helping users explore the history and design of dance-related costumes. These assistants can also interpret images, respond to user prompts, and generate 3D content dynamically. So So now we structured this table to organize all works included in this study that employ AI techniques. As I already said, there are not all existing works in literature. It's not a systematic review, rather than an attempt to explore the area. However, it was also very hard to gather many systems. The studies are described in terms of the category they fall into, their purpose, the application itself, and some technological parameters. So now we will discuss some of the findings. To start with, classification remains the most mature and commonly applied AI technique in the field. However, classification is frequently used as a separate step without directly integrating into a broader digital pipeline. Yet it's a very important, of course, it plays a crucial role in supporting education, research, data enrichment, and eventually safeguarding, of course. So AI-based restoration, it's a very important direction because it can serve as a prequel to upcoming processes like 3D modeling, since it can reduce manual and labor-intensive work that is also required. So it's very important. It can be incorporated easily to existing pipelines. Now, the generation of images and 3D content is a rapidly evolving and highly promising direction for safeguarding costumes. While 2D image generation has reached a high level of maturity, 3D generation, especially within academic context, still falls behind industry applications. However, as more training data becomes available, the accuracy and creativity of 3D generative models are expected to improve dramatically in the near future. However, attention should be paid to cultural appropriation incidents that might arise with the use of such technologies. Regarding to movement, AI seems to have a great potential in assisting movement and cloth simulation. Moreover, it's already being applied, of course, for motion capture, pose estimation, and probably some cloth simulation calculations as well. So it can contribute a great deal to providing solutions for realistically simulated costumes and interactions. Moreover, integrating AI into extended reality environments holds a great potential for costume cultural heritage. Large language LLMs can serve as a virtual museum guides, delivering personalized narratives in real time and also generating 3D content. A final note here is that costume cultural heritage proceed to more engaging and interactive experiences. Yes, and to wrap things up, in this image, we tried to group some of the information mentioned earlier, and it shows how can AI contribute to three different elements that is important for interactive experiences related with costumes. And these are the content creation of the experience, the experience itself, and of course the movement, the motion factor. I was very fast for some reason. I don't know. Thank you very much. No, my rehearsal. Thank you very much.
Any questions, please? Okay, I don't see any hands. I have one question. I think you said, oh, sorry. Hello? It's on? No? Yeah, okay. So you mentioned you wrote AI-based restoration. Did you mean reconstruction?
Reconstruction was also, yes, I think it's the same word, or the same meaning, but in the studies that I wrote, they used reconstruction with generation for some reason.
Okay.
So
Okay.
It was very often the term used in the generation of content, so I kept it there. Maybe it's a wrong classification, but
it's a question because it takes us to different sort of process. But you may be right.
You're
So
right
the
that they're
actual
similar in terms, but I think I use them in separate.
that's fine. The actual question is: so you said AI, as you saw from the literature review, can serve as virtual guides in the museum. I will make that into a question. Can it? Actually,
not only museums, but all kinds of applications, and also integrated in extended reality systems.
But can they? Do we know that?
I mean, I think I'm not an expert in the AI field. I think I made that clear, but I think that in some way they are already. I mean, it's feasible to incorporate technically.
It's definitely technically feasible.
But it would be nice to have it as as an assistant to take content and everything.
Thank you very much. It was a trap question, so maybe Spyros wants to comment on that. No, if you technically it can.
Yes, it's a technical representation. I'm not commenting on the ethics or anything. Just...
Thank you for your question. Yes, so we're talking about virtual guides probably in museums and cultural heritage tours and so on. Yeah, there's been plenty of research since a few decades about that, but yes, I'm not sure we're in the maturity phase right now. But now with LLMs, all this might be changing. It's a different field because up to now it was very fixed with decision trees and prepared responses and so on. So everything was quite pre-designed. So it was not actually an AI that actually adapted to the different needs of the people. But I think with LLMs nowadays, it's more possible to start creating also digital actors who could play that role inside the cultural heritage or museum environment.
Yeah, thank you. It was more of a philosophical question, but it goes to show because there's many implementations now, and we'll see. We're now seeing just the results. So, thank you very much for your presentation.